Can Europe survive without Russian energy? The question of Ukraine's future is back in full swing, with more than 100,000 Russian soldiers currently deployed along the country's western front. Russia is Europe's biggest natural gas supplier, but if it invades Ukraine, that relationship could change drastically.
And more than 100,000 Russian troops have surrounded Ukraine on three sides.
Tonight with breaking news, Russian President Vladimir Putin amassing troops and military hardware near Ukraine's borders and could launch an attack on the country at any time.
Russia has been a long-standing exporter to Europe, providing the continent with a third of its natural gas. In 1968, Austria became the first country in Europe beyond the Iron Curtain to sign a long-term supply contract with the Soviet Union. Germany is one of the biggest consumers of Russian gas, and since 1973 has received more than 1.2 trillion cubic meters. More than 20 countries depend on Russian gas, including large nations such as Italy, Poland, and France.
Critics say Russia's not supplying Europe with as much gas as it could for geopolitical reasons, to pressure the EU into using this. Russia's new pipeline, Nord Stream 2. It bypasses Ukraine, and opponents say it'll give Russia's Gazprom more power over Europe's energy market.
Gazprom can supply more gas to Europe, but refuses to do that.
Russia has always promoted this trade link with European countries and has also pushed for increasing infrastructure projects to both keep an economic relationship with the continent and strengthen the partnership. But besides the Nord Stream pipelines, the largest corridor to transport gas with a capacity of over 100 billion cubic meters runs through Ukraine. And to provide undisturbed supplies, Ukrainian company Naftogaz has agreed to transport natural gas to Europe for the next 3 years. Both blocs are clearly eager to keep this relationship going. But the question is, who is more dependent on the other?
A record demand for gas and limited storage in the EU is fueling politicians' fears for the future. Russia supplies 40% of the EU's natural gas imports. Moscow once feared a falling oil price would undermine its economy. Now, it's calling the shots.
So long as Europe is using as much energy as it is, and so long as it's determined to reach the climate reduction targets that it has set, it's hard to see a future where Europe is not more dependent on Russian energy, particularly Russian gas, over the next 1 to 2 decades.
Europe has long considered buying at least some of its gas, if not all, from elsewhere. One alternative would be liquefied natural gas from the United States and Qatar. But Qatar is reluctant. It says there's no way it could replace the required amount by itself. On the other hand, Moscow is also looking east for new partnerships and has already agreed with China to provide gas via the Power of Siberia pipeline.
Most people I talk to find it very unlikely that Russia could really cut all energy supplies, even in the case of a potential war. That could hurt Russia's image and reputation as a reliable partner, what would make Europe to strengthen and just diversifying its energy supplies away from Russia.
There is no doubt that Russia has the upper hand here. It has a geographical advantage in supplying Europe with much needed gas. Delivering energy to Europe is a trade Moscow has fostered for years. But with Ukraine now hanging in the balance, an extreme scenario could leave many European cities out in the cold.